Oh boy, triple hydrate. Here we go. Baba block, block. Cheers, EG, and happy Friday. Hydrate 1. Cheers. Hydrate 2. And 3. Okay. Ready to go. Okay. We go up to the trailer? Just went up to the trailer. Yeah, I know. I was thinking that. I have to swap out my water container too. Refill. Oh, tomorrow, 2 more places to check out for apartments. One of which I suspect we're probably not going to take. Well, that's a fair assumption since I'll have to take something. But, no, one of them, I think the problem is, I don't know, just a vibe I got from talking to the property person. Something they said made me concerned that it's not really a great long-term solution. I'm not really looking for a long-term solution, but my future roommate will be looking for something more stable.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
And the nature of the lease they want us to sign would be that since I'm the principal this time round, when I move out after a year, which is quite likely to happen, if I finish up and yeah, if I finish up in a year's time, even if I stick around and work for another 6 months, I will probably have 2 possible paths. Either I find a job locally and stay, in which case I'll probably be making more money and can afford a different type of place. Although I may not take it, depending on, how much I want to save. Or I get a job someplace else. I guess third option is I don't get a job anywhere, and I end up having to go back to Saskatchewan. There's a wolf out there who wants to introduce himself. I think it's a wolf. Maybe it's a deer. But yeah, anyways, we'll see. One of them looks more promising than the other. The other, like from the pictures, it's already likely the rooms are going to be too small. So I feel like we're being picky, but if you're going to stay put for a year, you don't want to feel like you're cramped. If my roommate and I knew each other better, like had already been friends for over a year, I think I wouldn't mind so much being a little bit more cramped together. But I think if someone is relatively new to you, then it makes more sense to give each other a little bit of space. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a storm, that's what we got here. Yeah, it's weird. I'm excited to move, and I am nervous about the housing hunt.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Well, hello. We have ourselves a hammer. Yeah, I know. It feels like that, right? You barely arrive, and then all of a sudden there's a blizzard. No bedroll. No food even. Disappointing. Do we go outside and boil some water? No, we don't need to boil water. Do we eat this without getting food poisoning? Guess we'll find out. Yep. Okay. Probably not wise to... Yeah, I know. That's what I'm dreading, is that it's just going to be HRV and we have to go all the way over it.
Ooh, cold.
Long ways to go to get a bedroll.
One little fire. This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yeah, it's also a possibility. Okay, what are we at? Minus 28. There. Okay, we can make more pancakes, I guess. And more porridge. No, let's cook the large acorns. But we can make peach pies now, too. What do they give us? Only 288. I don't know. No. Look at this. Actual break here. Do you think there's any chance it could be at the whatchamacallit? At the Paradise Meadows? We haven't been to Paradise Meadows. That's our, like, one of our last places to check. That, and we could always go up to the Plane Crash. Way out there. Time to cook an hour and 12 minutes. 288. Cures fatigue. I just feel like Bannock's a better deal, so. Cooking 4, not bad. Okay, let's make some herbal tea as well. Got a long ways to go before we get to cooking 5. Probably won't matter. We'll probably be dead by then.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind. I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay, and we'll take these to shred. Okay, so we've got lots of food to get rid of here. Potatoes. Canned food. Okay.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load
We're
for
not
much
even
longer.
charged yet. So I'm trying to decide what we're doing when we finish Misery. Or when Misery finishes us. So we can harvest this too. But I think we might shift gears and take some time and just do game dev work. I don't know what our viewership will be like in the evening if they see me working on a game instead of playing TLD, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Ooh, there's nothing left in that one either. 300, 300, 300, 450. Oops, I guess we're eating it. Okay. Okay, nice recovery. Let's just finish off whatever we can. Get rid of cans. Whatever we can. We'll eat all our tins. So we have hammer, hacksaw. Let's see how close are we on other stuff. Fire starting, getting there. Still sounds windy out there. One last thing to read and carry. See how bad it is.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Little windy. $10. Not happening. Not worth it. Okay, so that's all fixed up, but still windy out there.
I'm not sure.
Okay. HRV, Forlorn Muskeg and Forge. I really, really, really want that bedroll, but HRV would be hard if we don't get the bedroll right away, and it's a bit of a trek to get down there. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like, I mean, I know I can get a bedroll if I get there, but in Misery, I don't know if it's worth it. It always sounds like the deer farted.
I can't feel my hands.
Flatulent deer. That's what I fear most here. Wolves down there.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Probably should have warmed up the teas before we left. Yeah, so I think we make a run down to go to the St. Christopher's, warm up our teas, then we go from there over to...
I've never felt so cold in my life.
Over to Paradise Meadows. We may be forced to downsize, get out of, if we decide to go into the basin. Oh, but going into the basin without a bedroll is also terrible. There's really no good path, is there? We could backtrack. We'd have to still do the climb up and down to get out through the climb down area. Okay, warm up in Christopher's, then go.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Hey, Roller, good to see you. Thanks for the hydrate. Roller and EG, gonna get me bladder full tonight. And then cheers to EG as well. And we're halfway through my first water bottle. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna try to get to Paradise Meadows.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
trying to remember what my record is without a bedroll. I think it's 23 days. What is it? 24 days. 23, 24 days. Not quite 30. So we'll see how unlucky we are if we continue to strike out on bedrolls.
I can't feel my feet.
Alright. That's all we're using, just the 2 Ts. And we're going to hopefully find some new stuff. Uh-oh. Do you feel it? I can sense it. Big wind coming.
Sure getting cold.
Question is, will we get to the farmhouse? Oh, that's not good.
If I don't warm up soon.
Anything in here? Shelter, that's about it. You want to shelter in here? Wait for the wind to die down? Or try our luck and try to get through there. Oh, the wolves are out. Oh. We still have to find the key. A backpack? Oh, look at this. Polaroid gun. No feathers though. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try for the easier places where we don't have to wolf dodge. See if it's at the back, see if it's in the truck. The worst case scenario, we might have to pull out a flare and try to keep the torch going that way. Dead guy here means we probably got the key. Good for us. We have to go far. Lucky us. Yeah. Got it. But we got the key, so we're good.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay, so we got ourselves a new stick. Aha! Crackers. New flare. So I think I'm still working on Into the Dark Woods, but realistically, the game that will get finished first is going to be the last librarian game. Although I'm still tinkering with the idea, I do think that it's much more like contained as a concept. So I just think that we're more likely to finish that one up. So I'm going to try to enter it in the interactive fiction competition this year. Then Into the Dark Woods will continue to work on, but not pressure myself to try to finish it this year.
Use this.
Well, not try to finish it in the next month. No. Windbreaker.
This pack is getting too...
Oops. And a skeleton. Look at that. Only Only two? Only two.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Got lots of food. We're not in trouble here. Take those, break those down. Let's eat these guys. Oh, I probably could have cooked the potatoes. Oh well. And I could have cooked the peaches too. Alright, let's try to repair these. Okay, new trail shoes. The shell is better than the windbreaker, other than the fact that it is. Are they same? They might actually be the same. One. Hard to say. That's definitely harvestable. Okay, let's eat now. Okay. Just update something here. We are on, I think, 1 or 2 crackers. 2 crackers now. Okay. So let's work on something. The quiet tension? Yes. Yes, there's this quiet moment before we fail. We step out the door and we think, maybe we'll make it back in peace, and we don't. Yeah. Well, you gotta understand that Hinterland, when they set out making this game, they did not intend for the survival sandbox to become its own separate game. That was just a bonus. It was an unexpected thing that came out of the playtesting, is that people in alpha and beta were actually hugely excited about the open sandbox in a way that was not planned. So suddenly they find themselves developing for not one but two games simultaneously, and having to deal with the complexity of like systems that overlap. So like if you change something in Wintermute, it has this ripple effect in survival and vice versa. You can control some of it, but not perfectly, which is eventually why they had to split them into two separate games. Now, I mean, I used to work in game dev, so I've been a games programmer. I've seen what it's like on the other side, and sometimes there are things that are outside of your control. You just, yeah. But that being said, I mean, I'm quite happy, you know, for the amount of money I spent on this game and the amount of hours I have in it. That is to say, I have over 3,200 hours in this game. There's no game, yeah. There's no game that I have spent money on that I've played as many hours on. So I'm like, this is definitely the best bang for the buck that I've ever had. Okay, let's see. Seems like we get a chance.
I can barely walk with this much
Look
gear.
how quiet it is. Okay, we have failed yet again to find a bedroll. Misery is proving truly miserable because we can't seem to find a bed. There's a rope. Yeah, I mean, and actually, as a writer, because that's the other hat I wear, as a writer, I get it too. It's just like, as a reader, I want to finish the game. As a writer, I know sometimes, well, let's put it this way, just be grateful, you know, Hinterland didn't hire George R. R. Martin to write it, right? Then we'd never get the ending. Or Patrick Rothfuss, who I don't know if he'll ever finish the Name of the Wind series. Yeah, I mean, and which clearly is different than like active playing. Yeah. But yeah, no, I get it. I mean, would be nice. Would be nice to wrap up the story soon. There's definitely like enough compelling parts of it to make you want to see how it wraps up.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Exactly. That's what would happen. It would be so, and everyone would die at the end. Well, half of the people that, the narrator and half of the people that we met in the first chapter would be dead. Patrick Rothfuss. Yeah, I think, like, I have my,
Come
as
on,
an
little fire.
editor and a writer, I have my suspicions as to what's happened with the Stonekiller series.
Perfect.
And this is my professional opinion, speculation largely, but I think this is what happened. I think he had a brilliant first book, absolutely brilliant first book. Second book, and the great premise, a premise that sets itself up to play out over 3 novels, right? It says, like, the main character says, it's going to take me 3 days to tell you my story, talking to the storyteller it's come to collect, his story. And so finally he agrees to tell his story. He says, it'll take me 3 days, right? So you get the impression it's going to take 3 books, right? So the first book covers a fair bit of ground. It's a really compelling story, lots of interesting world building, lots of interesting aspects to just, like, the style of it. It's just like it just was such a compelling first book. The second book comes along, and there are a couple missteps, I feel like, that happen. One, I don't think he either he didn't have an editor, or he didn't have a strong enough editor to push back. And the reason why I say that is that there are sections of the book that just go on way too long. The pacing is completely off. And because the pacing gets off, he runs out of pages to tell the story. So then the amount of time he's covered in the second book is insufficient to keep up the pacing for the entire trilogy. Now he cannot figure out a way to finish up the third book so that it is actually the finishing of the story, because he's got too many years to cover in that span. So does he go to a fourth book, and then he breaks sort of the arc that he had set up, the premise that was going to be told in 3 days? Is this a massive book that really is, like, should have been 2 books, but we promised you it in 3 books, so you get this massive book, which then says, I couldn't figure out how to edit this book, or I can't figure out how to edit the other book. Yeah, I think he totally wrote himself in the corner. And I think there were certain aspects of the second book that just were weak. I would agree. The narrator's voice gets weak. It's less interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's, and I'm saying this with full admiration. I think that the writing in the first book and at least half of the second book is outstanding. But I do think he needed an editor. I think someone needed to sit down with him and say, look, I mean, I love your ideas here. I love where you're going with all this stuff. But your premise is to tell this in 3 days, and you're not going to achieve that. And that means we're going to have to trim some stuff out. And some of the story that you're telling, it's kind of interesting flavor, but it's not moving the plot forward in a meaningful way. It's just a big meander in the middle, and got to trim it out, cut it back. And then, like, return to the question, like, what makes this character, this narrator, really compelling? What's happening that's being revealed as we go along? And we're, like, starting to lose that energy. So yeah, it kind of peters out. Yeah, and then he produced another kind of book. Clive Cussler. I've tried reading Clive Cussler too, like a few of them, and yeah, I feel like in small quantities, fine. I don't know if I could sit down and plow through like all his entire oeuvre without getting bored, right? I feel like someone who is hugely prolific and, for the most part, very successful in his writing is good old Louis L'Amour. I think Louis L'Amour is, or was, I mean, he's gone now, but Louis L'Amour could tell a really great story, and he could tell it well in a short amount of space. Yeah. And I think Rothfuss is taking his earnings, like the profits from the books, and he's really channeled them to good causes, right? So I like, there's no complaint against him as a human being. He's done some really wonderful things. Yeah. 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 So So I think like, but I do suspect that he painted himself into a corner, wrote himself into a corner, and there's really like, there's no great retroactive solution for that. Um, The Lost World. You know, I recently went and rewatched all the Jurassic Park movies, like binged them all. And yeah, the tech references kind of suffer. They're like, some of the tech is a little bit questionable now, but yeah, and then all that stuff, yeah, is definitely, you know, part of a bygone age. Yeah, I mean, very few books really truly survive, you know, the long run. Yeah, I mean, seriously, Milton is like exceedingly generous, right, in having this much stuff available. Um, I guess we need some more water. Okay, and let's just drop this stuff. Oh yeah, and I think we actually do have cabin fever risk now too, so we can't actually stay here. We have to figure out where we can go next. Got potatoes. Like that. Plenty of bannock. Where do we put our... We're still walking around with it. That's no good. Okay, what do we need here? We don't need two of these. I mean, we could, but it's kind of ridiculous to how little carry capacity we have. This one is 85. I guess we could stand outside in the whatchamacallit, in the maintenance shed and do something out there. Do we have anything constructive to do? Not really. See what the water's like. I mean, what the water like, what the weather's like. This is a good pot. Yeah.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Okay, let's drop all our teas. No, we need to make more teas. Okay. Can't stay here. We need to move out, do something else for a little bit. Oh, the weather's beautiful. Let's see. Got the truck to check still.
And this pack is getting kind of
Oh, hello, sir. Yeah, go away. Oh, there's another one. A bedroll in the back. Go away, go away. Go back to the Orca. Do we go back here? Go back to the stone church? I don't think we really want to go back to the stone church. Go away. Okay, do your thing. Well, actually, I guess we could get a bunny out of this too. Couldn't we?
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Now we're gonna pull everyone over here. Just keep bunnies between us and the road, right? Or us and the wolves. Oh boy. I think there's a couple houses we missed, but we're not expecting any bedrolls in there. There is the house on the hill we haven't checked. Go there. Okay, welcome back, Laszlo. Well, we haven't done the plane crash in Milton. We've done the big plane crash. Oh, and we haven't done Summit, so. Yeah, I know. It's like if we want a guaranteed bedroll, it's pretty much like go to HRV. It's just that it's really rough going there. If we're not lucky, the weather could turn absolutely miserable and then it's just over, right? That's true almost anywhere, but I feel like it's a bit of a trek to get the bedroll. I thought about going down into the basin and then I realized I don't have bedroll. Nope. He's excited that we brought a rabbit with us. Where are you at? Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't recall like the best path to get there. So if I were more confident about my wayfinding, I'd be more willing to do it. Well, these guys are all boarded up. Oh, this one's open.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, no worries. There's skillets everywhere. What is up? Skillets everywhere. Everyone and their dog wants to use a skillet here. Well, that's a lot of water.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Oh, more fuel. Hmm. We got this all right. Yeah, we did. Okay.
This is so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Yeah, okay. We've been all over the place. We haven't been up to the,
This pack is getting
up to
too
the
heavy
cave
to
or the
carry.
plane crash. Try that. All this extra water here too. Oh look, there's another book. It's not useful because our cooking's too high now.
Come on, little fire. Come on. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Okay. Oh, he has a little bit of meat left on him.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
What are we doing for teas? Still have all our teas. Nuts. Nothing we missed. Okay, what do we need here? Let's just eat this. And harvest this guy. Well, I'll say a cured bear hide is better than a cursed bear hide. Right? That's a typo. Doo-doo-doo. Everything's all repaired. We have enough that we could experiment with this and see. We honestly don't know. If we save ourselves 0.5, is that... So this is 0.5, 2.9 versus 1. So this is actually better. Slightly. A little better protection. Slightly better temperature-wise. Okay. Don't need it. Yeah, someone's been cursed. Probably the bear. I mean, but we're up there too. We've got misery right now. Misery. Okay, so we failed. I mean, this is my first attempt at misery, and I'm pleased that I've made it this far. And we actually earned ourselves well fed. Look at that. I don't know if that's going to last because we're on the verge of being... Well, thirsty doesn't hurt, but...
I've never been so hungry in my life.
Look at that. We're like, never been so hungry? Yeah. Well, we'll just fill you up on starches, okay? Okay, Astrid. Porridge. Potatoes. Occasional carrot. No, we still have cabin fever risk. Yay. We could just solve our... So we know there's a bed of branches down at the plane crash. So we made it all the way there. We'll move this downstairs. Now we're traveling light. Okay, now we're down here. $35. Don't need the metal. Sticks will get used up soon enough. Cloth gets used up soon enough. We'll just throw these down. Oh, that's right. We can always snow shelter it. Okay, that's our plan. Snow shelter. Yeah, we'll have to use coal. Oh, we should use our maglins. Oops. At least we're moving quickly. Didn't miss anything here. At the very least, we should check out the cave up here. And then whether or not we push all the way through, we might as well get the cattails from the pond. Maybe hunt a few more rabbits. Is there a bedroll up there? I don't know. Could be a deer carcass up here too.
Jeez, this is cold.
Okay, what have we got up here?
It's too cold to think.
Anyone here? Vista location, if we were really determined to do that. Too bad our map wouldn't tell us where a bedroll is.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, there should be some coal in here too. Look at all that coal. Nothing. Looking forward to fire starting 3 when we can
Come on,
dump all
little
our kindling. Get rid of the tinder.
Wait, I'm so cold.
Got extras. Might as well warm up here.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yeah, I didn't see it. We'll visit the Orca again, but yeah, I didn't see it the first time through. It wasn't in the usual places that I expect to see the bedroll in the Orca. But it wasn't behind the counter, no. Also wasn't in the back room. Well, good news is we're out of cabin fever already. Yeah, I mean, there's like a couple spots we haven't checked. We didn't go to the clear-cut area or the trailers around that area. And we didn't climb up the hill to look at the ruined tower either. But you think we should try the plane crash? Might as well, right? Might as well. Just gotta sneak past a couple wolves and we'll be fine.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
Gotta keep well fed as long as we can. At the end of the lake trail behind camp office.
Freezing.
Above the rope. I did check the train car. In the train loading area. Yeah, I did check there. We checked the cave, the lake overlook cave. But I don't think that's the one you're talking about. There's a different rope climb. I don't think we checked that one, no. Okay, prepare for our next wolf. This guy's silent. We know he's here, but... Oh, you know what? We didn't do Hunter's Blind or Allen's Cave. No, we didn't do that. Perfect time to shoot him. No, don't go that direction. I want you to go a different direction. It's going to come back. Where's he at? Ha! Look at that. Ear wrap. Ooh, a stem. That's valuable. I don't remember where we're supposed to go. Oh, over here. Yeah, odds are low everywhere right now. We'll take whatever we can get. Let's see. Anyone up here? We got lots of keys. And there's our dinner. And breakfast, depending on how much is there. So if it's not here, it's going to be back in Mystery Lake. Well, that's, I guess, good news, because we do want... We'll probably cut through Mystery Lake. I don't know. It'd be good to cut through Mystery Lake because stuff will be cured by now. It's also back in Mystery Lake, so either way, we're going to get it.
Fire.
Okay. Eventually.
Oh, lucky day.
So when's the next affliction supposed to hit us? $184. Oh, we found a lot of roses. Try to get some better torches. Yeah, broken. Day 31. Okay, so that's 3.3. Let's use this time to... We got our third already. That was it. We got 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I'm not certain when the next one comes. Actually, I wonder, maybe we should have grabbed the If we find more maple, we'll be able to make a travois sooner. So. Yeah, 5 stages and 6 afflictions. So day 30 is a double whammy. Oh. Okay. We'll see if we make it to day 30. We are almost on day 20. So maybe we're about to get the next one. We do have the hammer, so we can make quick work of things.
If I don't warm up soon.
First things first, let's hope for a bedroll somewhere.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
So you think I can make it easily to 50? Okay. Once again, a strikeout. No bedroll. What is up? Worse than any affliction is the lack of bedroll. Oh, this is miserable. Wow. Something hates me. Okay, which crate is the crate we want for stuff? Is it this guy? There's a first aid kit. Oh, I know how we can do this.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
Okay, so let's do this way. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we will drop our extra go over here. "45 minutes. Wow, that goes by quickly, doesn't it? I guess you have to have a fire. There's just no way of doing it without a fire. drop this so we're still the warmest.
Oh, right on. I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Okay. Nothing. I wonder if it's not worth might not be worth it.
I can't feel my hands.
30. Yeah, I heard the last one's a doozy.
Feels like night is coming.
Okay. Here we are. Stuff we can do. Let's see. I have a guess. I think I read somewhere that basically your mobility completely drops. You just can't really do anything. Like your distance that you can travel or something. I can't remember, but keys. Yeah. No, don't worry about it. We'll be surprised. Devastated. Miserable. Yeah. Okay.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Wow, we got plenty of time left on the fire. This is really a slow burning fire. Let's see, let's have the porridge. Add a little bit more water to our wine. Okay, what can we do? Oh, we forgot to drop that down. Oh well. Okay. Do we need to make more food? Could, possibly. Okay, so let's see. Dump all the bad ones. How do we feel? Lucky? Unlucky? Is that going to turn into a blizzard? Okay. We'll push on until we get back to Grey Mothers. Or Orca, as the case may be. We are on day 19 still. Pretty heavy.
My fingers feel numb. It's goddamn freezing.
Is he out there hunting rabbits? Where'd he go? Yeah, he was out hunting rabbits. No! He does not listen. There's another deer carcass. At least we're one block here. I think we need to take shelter in that cave. Oh, now we're making better time. Okay, a lot of people don't know about this spot, but you can actually go up here and there's a path. And at the end of the path, there's a little cave. And a couple pieces of coal. I think I usually a piece of coal, a piece of wood. Something like that. But if you need a little quiet place to hide away from the wolves, we're just going to the little side passage cave here. One that most people don't even know about. Because it's really shallow. It's not like deep enough to really escape from the cold. But it is wind blocked. You can warm up here.
Come on, little fire. Why didn't that work?
I don't know, Astrid. Why didn't it work?
Perfect.
Warm up here. Another piece of coal. And okay. How much water do we have now? Still enough water. Let's make some more tea. Nope, don't have enough.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yep, just gotta get back to grandmother's. Alright. Out of here. Temperature mostly recovered. Cook some new food. Cook some more teas. Little by little, we're going to raise our cooking to 5. Take forever, but we're making but pretty good time actually. We're in cooking 4 and we're on day 20 now. Yeah, day 20. Should we have got it down? Oh yeah,
I
but
can't feel my feet.
that's just rock. These guys are so passive. 'Cause I'm not having
It's so
not
cold.
even a rock in my
I
hand.
want to lay down for a bit. Sure getting cold.
I think if there's any other places we haven't been to. We haven't been to the Dead Parachutist. But I don't think that there's a bedroll that spawns there, so that's been high on my list.
Too cold to think.
Okay, we've got enough time that we can definitely make a move for, let's see, let's take whatever we have left at Grandmother's and then make a move to Orca. Yeah, there's been a couple caves that we didn't visit, but yeah, none of them places that I normally expect the bedroll to be in, so.
drop any of this gear.
Should we stay here or should we go? There's another carrot here. Yeah. I think we take everything. Yeah, I guess we should at least warm up our cheese before we head out.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Oh, joy. Far starting 3. Okay, good news. Just in time, we get to ditch all these.
Not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, I forgot to grab the torch. That's silly. We still have that house on the hill. Well, I do appreciate your note keeping. It definitely is helpful. I'm trying to figure out where in the world that silly bedroll is. Another carcass.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yep, figures. Go away.
Jeez, this is cold.
Oh, look at this score. Yeah, leave us alone, buddy. We're going to the deluxe apartment in the sky here.
Wait. And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Wow, 96. I wonder if we just stay here overnight. This is fine. The wind's picking up. Might lose our torch, and we've got stuff that's still curing, so let's just drop everything down. We still have plenty of food. Oh, I guess we're not particularly tired. Oh well. We'll find something to do. Okay, what can we eat? Okay. Do some repairs. Seven pieces. I think that's good for now. We are sitting at plus 15. It's not terrible, not great. Need to kill another ptarmigan. Okay, let's try and get our rest in. Okay, we're rested.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Multiple wolves coming in. Everyone wants in. Go away, go away.
Damn, I'm freezing.
Yeah, I don't like this change in weather. Okay, let's try a few things so we're not a target.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear. I've never felt so cold in my life.
So we check this guy. We go in here and check this. Then I am officially not certain.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Okay,
This
we're gonna
pack is
figure out how
getting
to
heavy.
downsize here.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up here soon too, so. Okay. Take care, Laszlo. We'll be back again soon. Okay, so what's our extra carry? Seriously, we don't need to carry that. And we don't need to carry these. I guess we can just go in and out and do that.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
No bedroll. Okay. Well, we can get in. Okay, we can get out, but not in. So we force yourself back in. Okay, so we're gonna save here. This is day 21. We're doing pretty well. We are still alive, and we are almost at cooking 5. Amazingly. Day 21 it is. Let's just update our counter so we managed to get another 5 days in tonight. Thank you all for hanging out. We're going to read one poem before we wrap up, as is our custom. So if you're unfamiliar with this is a tradition on our channel. I'm a writer. I'm the author of 2 books of poetry, and I like to read poetry. So we're going to read, I don't know, we'll read something else. Shape of Things. Okay, that works. The Shape of Things comes from the first book of poetry I wrote, The Lost Country of Sight, published by Nhinga Press in 2008, winner of the 2007 Philip Levine Prize for Poetry. Yeah, so this is a poem called The Shape of Things. Nothing about us that we can see is permanent, or so it seems, now that the great walls are gone, save only a few remnants of the ones the Romans raised with stone and mortar. What the wind does not take away, it conceals behind a magician's screen, all fire and mirrors, the blackening sky and the straying length of cloud, mere echoes of last year's lines carved by the farmer with his plow. The black dress hung in the rafters could easily fade and mingle with dust, but something of its shadow remains. How loss clings to a shape, how it loves a form, like water, or the late summer rain, which cannot halt the last leaf's fall, but blesses the oak nonetheless, a consolation of sorts, a farewell the color of lightning and flame, whatever it is, that having filled its measure, must ultimately overflow. So on one hand, the poem is really a meditation on the shape of loss, what remains behind us. It's partially inspired by a long poem by Philip Levine, great American poet. Philip Levine wrote a poem called Letters for the Dead, in which he begins by reading, the poem begins with him reading the obituaries, and then it becomes this meditation on all the things that people leave behind, these interrupted lives, the jar of keys by the kitchen counter, or the butcher's smock still hanging on the back of the door, or all these other things that are left undone. So I was kind of fascinated by that. But the other insight here is that the opening of the poem, nothing about us that we can see is permanent, is a line that I actually stole from a 1950s primer on geology. Geography. It was basically about land formation, and this was the chapter on wind. And so it begins with this idea that nothing about us, as in around us, that we can see is permanent, because it's all altered by the wind at some point, wind and water erosion. But I love the line is nothing about us that we can see. Everything that is presented to the world, our physical appearance, all these things, not permanent. They change, they disappear, they fade, become something else. And so there's always this process of which we're also eroding or transforming in some way. And then so it plays with that idea of shape and overflow and disappearance. So, yeah. So thanks. Thanks, Roller, for the applause. Thanks, Termacune, for giving us a hi. We're going to wrap up here, because it's late and I'm tired, and I'm surprised that Astrid is still alive. So we have beaten the odds for another day. We are still alive. But where will that take us? What is the end of Astrid's run? So far, we're at day 21, and we're still going. Deadpool is around. Let's see. Chimi's got a Moose Hunt, Deadpool. I don't know. Who should we go to? I like supporting streamers that just have a few people, so we're going to visit Chimi. Okay, so let's get ourselves ready. Thanks again. Cheers. EG, you have successfully caused me to finish all of my water, but we didn't have to do a bio break. So bio break happens after the stream. So yeah, we're going to head over to Chimi, newer streamer, but fun person to watch. And we'll just hang out there for a bit. I'm going to head off to bed soon. Got to be up early to work on stuff. I might actually do a morning stream. I haven't decided if I'll stream it or if I'll just work. But doing some work on one of my interactive fiction games. So more about that soon. Take care.